I wanted to share 6 insights into the athlete diet here. Some of the things may be beneficial, others may not be. So welcome back to the channel. I share insights into training in Kapchora. Today I wanted to talk about food, the athlete diet here. I've done a previous video where I looked at this topic. I'll post the link up. If you've not already seen the video, do check it out. I had one of the coaches here, Coach Dennis, talk about the athlete diet. But I've spent more time here now, slightly over a year, coming here to do training blocks. So I've learned more about the diet. And today I wanted to share some insights. Just to reiterate, there's similarities with Kenya. Our athletes used to train there, but as well as that, in Kapchora district, the neighboring Kwen district and Bukwo, the tribe here is called the Sebei people, and it's a subgroup of the Kalenjin. And if you know about Kenya and running in Kenya, you'll know that the Kalenjin are the group there that have been performing very well in running. So there's cultural similarities, and these extend to food as well. So yeah, I wanted to share 6 insights into the athlete diet here. Some of them will be things that you've heard before, some of them may be unique. Some of the things may be beneficial, others may not be. So I wanted to use this talk more as being informative, providing food for thought. So the first is that they eat lots and lots of carbohydrates. So this is expected. The 2 main fuels in running are glucose, which you get from your carbohydrates, and also fats. In terms of what types of carbohydrates, the main one they like is posho. Posho is the same thing as Kenyan ugali. It's made out of maize, very dense in carbohydrates. Other things they eat is plantain, which in Uganda we call matoke. They eat potatoes. They also like chapati. They like having chapati a lot, mainly at breakfast, and tea with lots of sugar as well. So those are the main carbohydrates that they have. And it's needed. It's obviously the main fuel for running. So the second is that they train fasted. They train on an empty stomach. The athletes here do most of their runs in the morning. They rely on their evening meal to fuel their runs. So this can provide some potential benefits. One of them being that over time, the body can adapt to becoming better at holding on to glycogen, and instead using fat as an alternate source to fuel the runs. So glycogen is how your body stores glucose, mainly in the liver and in the muscles. So that's one of the potential benefits. The other is that training on an empty stomach as well reduces the risk of having stomach issues on the run. There are some potential downsides, one of them being it might increase fatigue. It might mean that the athletes aren't able to do their runs to the right intensity. So the third point is that they eat meat after their speed workouts. So that being Tuesday lunch, so they do track workouts on the Tuesday morning, and Saturday lunch as well. So they do, on Saturday mornings, they have either fartlek or a tempo run, or occasionally hill workouts. So the potential benefit of this is that meat is rich in protein, and proteins are essential for muscle repair and building muscles as well. So it would make sense to have meat. This would be an appropriate timing for having meat after having done their speed workouts. Now they eat little meat outside of these days. Now reasons for this, one might think expense, but the elite camps are also doing this. So I don't think expense can fully explain it. I think one other thing is that eating less meat may keep their body lean, keep them slim, and therefore help with their running economy. Now the next point is that they don't eat meat the night before races. This is something I've repeatedly heard from the athletes. Meat is a complex food, it takes longer to digest. And the reason they do this is so as to avoid having stomach issues on their races. So the fifth point is hydration. They drink lots of water and say this helps with their recovery. So the sixth point is that most of the athletes here don't take energy drinks or gels on either their long runs or in competition. The elite athletes do, but most of the other athletes don't. This is likely related to expense. The other thing is availability. So one example of this is one of my friends, Patrick O'Mara. He's a marathoner. He recently ran the Rwenzori Marathon in September. So he told me that up until 35 kilometers, he was running really well. So he was running, he told me, with average splits of 3:10 minutes per kilometer. So running a really good race. But then at that point, the wheels fell off at 35 kilometers. He sort of hit the wall and never ran to the best of his ability. And sort of when he was talking to me about the experience, said, oh, he needs to train better so as to improve and avoid that in future. But then I asked him about his fueling on his runs, and he was only taking water. He wasn't taking any gels, any energy drinks. And so clearly that's one area where if he was to improve his race nutrition, that would definitely improve his performance. So yeah, that's 6 insights into the athlete diet here. I hope that's been informative. I hope you've learned more about how the athletes here approach their nutrition. I'd be interested to know what you are doing with your nutrition. Are there any special steps that you're taking? Obviously, nutrition is a very important aspect of your running training and competition performance. So I'd be interested to know. Do comment down below. And I'll see you on the next video.